Well, hello again, my friends. Welcome back to my humble corner of the internet, the RAFscents YouTube channel. I've got to tell you before we get too far into this video that this intro is going to be a little bit longer. Please stick with me, though. Also in this video, I'm going to be going in what seems to be 100 different directions. So I'm going to be complaining a bit. I'm going to be giving some of my normal reviews. I'm going to be giving you some really awesome news, but by the end of everything, I promise it's all going to come together. It's going to make sense, and you may even have an epiphany the same way that I did this week. But what's this really good news that I'm talking about? Well, just this weekend, I got word that I was accepted to be an affiliate for an amazing fragrance website, twistedlily.com. It is a place where you can buy niche fragrances that are hard to come by. All you have to do is use my coupon code Jesse10 and it will get you a smooth 10% off of anything that you buy. But with that out of the way, what does that mean to me? Well, I had an epiphany this week because as I was getting into some of these other niche fragrances, as I've picked up some niche bottles, I realized something that was pretty troubling and something that I wouldn't have readily admitted before this week. It's that I don't like a fragrance house that I used to love so much. I don't like them as much anymore. Which fragrance house am I talking about? Tom Ford. That's right, let the hate flow. You think you got what it takes to hear me out? We'll find out. Alright, so hopefully you've gotten over the shock of my recent confession, and I promise it wasn't an easy thing for me to come clean about, but I had to get it off my chest. Alright, let me also say this, is that I'm not being driven away from Tom Ford because of the quality of the fragrances or the way they smell. I rather enjoy them. I think they are delightful. But what it is these stupid prices that Tom Ford is charging for their fragrances. And everybody's first thing they're going to say is, well, big shock, Jesse. Everybody knows Tom Ford is really expensive. But here's the thing. Over the last couple of months, I've been delving a little bit deeper into niche perfumery, and it has been so cool. I've experienced some really unique scent profiles. I've smelled some amazing quality in these fragrances. It just gives you just this really luxurious feel being able to come into contact with some of these things and smell some of these amazing fragrances. But so many people write them off thinking to themselves that it's too luxurious, it's too expensive for me to get into. But the thing is, they're not as quick to write off Tom Ford as they are something like Xerjoff or Creed. And it really is sad because these are so crazy expensive. This bottle right here is a 30 milliliter bottle, and it cost me $175. It's what it's being sold for right now. That is nuts. When you take into account that I found Parfums de Marly Layton, a 60 milliliter bottle, double this size, for $135 on a fragrance website about a year and a half ago. People don't believe me when I tell them that I found it for that cheap, but I absolutely did. And you will never find Tom Ford fragrances for that inexpensive hardly ever, especially from their private line. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you some really amazing niche fragrances that are equivalent or less than what you would pay for a Tom Ford bottle. And I'm going to show you that niche fragrances are firmly within your reach. You can take them, you can own them, and all you have to do is just save up a little money, sometimes just a little bit more than a designer fragrance. So let's check these out. Oh, and just to let you know, we're only talking about his private line. We're not talking about Black Orchid. We're not talking about Beau de Jour. We're not talking about Costa Azura or Ombre Leather, anything like that. This is strictly fragrances from his private line. All right, so we're going to start off using Tom Ford's most well-known fragrance as our comparison point. We're talking about Tom Ford's Oud Wood. Now, I'm showing you a picture of this as I don't actually have a full-size bottle of it. A full-size bottle. I don't have a bottle of it at all, but I've smelled it many times, and I can tell you all about it. Now, I searched high and low across many discount websites to see if if it's being sold at a decent price. Few of them had 1 ounce bottles. Most of them were sold out, but I did find a 100 milliliter bottle on jomashop.com, of which I am also an affiliate, and they are charging $265.95. Now, I'll be the first to say, when you compare it to what Tom Ford usually charges for their oud wood, that's a decent price. Okay, it is a really good price. But in terms of quality oud fragrances, it is not the best. I'm going to introduce you yet again to a fragrance I've featured on this channel a few times already, and I'm going to do it again from the house of Famine. It is Carved Oud. There it is, right there. Carved Oud. This fragrance right here, I prefer to the Tom Ford Oud Wood. It smells every bit as elegant. It lasts just as long. It projects just as much. But what you're not going to get is the insanely high price point. On twistedlily.com, this one sells for $220 for 100 milliliters, and that is before you use my discount code Jesse10. So when it comes down 10%, you're going to be looking at $200, saving yourselves quite a bit of money here. Now this one differs a little bit from the Tom Ford Oud Wood, and that's a little bit lighter. That makes it a little more wearable in different seasons: spring, fall, winter. You can maybe get away with it in the summertime if it's not humid outside. But it's got those those woody tones. It's got the oud in there, but it's also got some earthy tones as well with those notes of moss and patchouli. I really enjoy this one. So you can smell just as good as oud wood, and in my opinion better, for much less. So check out Famine Carved Oud. Next up, we have another well-known fragrance from the house of Tom Ford. It's probably my favorite from his private line. It is Tobacco Vanille, and this one, it's just that gentlemanly, smooth tobacco scent that's got that really nice vanilla sweetness to it that's just super elegant and super powerful. Now, I looked at a couple of major websites, fragrancex.com, also fragrancenet.com. Both of those are selling a 50 milliliter bottle of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille right now for $250. I also checked jomashop.com. They've got like this Halloween sale going on. It's $200 right now for a 50 mil, but it's going to be going back up here in the next couple of days. Still very expensive for the size that you're getting. twistedlily.com has this amazing fragrance that I have also featured here on this channel a few times that I believe is better than Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. It is much more luxurious, and you're getting double the fragrance. It is Naxos from Xerjoff. Xerjoff Naxos. This is an incredibly smooth tobacco scent that is sweetened with honey and has some other amazing subtle notes in here that just really give you the chills with how good it is. And this is one of the fragrances I think Xerjoff has some of the highest quality fragrances that I've ever smelled. You know, you can just, from the first time that you smell it after you spray it, you can just tell right from the beginning that you're onto something special. That is exactly what I get here in this bottle. Now, it is on sale. I say it's on sale. It's being sold on Twisted Lily for $250. Until you put in my coupon code for 10% off, it knocks $25 off of that. $225 on Twisted Lily for this 100 milliliter bottle, and I like this one better than the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. It is more for less than a 50 milliliter bottle of this one. You getting what I'm saying here? You know, this is, look at this bottle, just a luxurious bottle from an amazing European niche house. It's special. It is just super special, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. That's what I'm starting to get around to. Don't discount these really nice fragrances because you think they're too expensive when you don't quite discount Tom Ford as much. I'm not speaking for everybody. There's probably a lot of people that that still keep Tom Ford out of their mind because they think it's too expensive. It is, okay, but a lot of people are more willing to save up for this one and say, it's Tom Ford. But I'm telling you, you've got niche options. Next up, let's talk about another fragrance from Tom Ford. It is one of the more recent additions to his private blend collection, and that is Fling Fabulous. Now, when compared to things like Oud Wood, Tobacco Vanille, Tuscan Leather, I'm not quite as on board with the Fling Fabulous, but I do think it smells pretty good. You know, it's got the clary sage and the vanilla and the almond, some of the lavender and, you know, amber. There's just a number of notes in there. They work together okay, but it's just not my style. But when I went through and once again looked through all of the discount websites that I could here just a few minutes ago, the cheapest I found it was on fragrancebuy.ca, a 50 milliliter bottle for $280. Now, I found it other places more expensive at $300, but you know it's not $300. That is Parfums de Marly Layton. You can get this one on twistedlily.com for $235 until you enter in my coupon code of Jesse10 to get that sweet 10% off to bring this down to about $207, $208, and that's for the 75 milliliters. And that is, I always buy this size. I don't buy the 125 ml bottles. That's just freakishly huge for somebody like myself. The 75 mils does perfectly fine, and this is such a great scent. As I've said before, I will say it again, if you've never gotten into niche fragrances, this is a fantastic first buy. It's got some apple, vanilla, it's got some lavender in there. It is just all around super amazing. Longevity is astounding at 8 to 10 hours for me. It projects like a beast, only 2 sprays. It's just got this, it almost smells like an aromatic, effervescent apple pie. But it's great for the fall and winter time. But I'm telling you, don't write yourself off. You can afford this, okay? You can absolutely afford this. Get this, guys. Parfums de Marly Layton. So what do you think? Is it starting to make sense why I'm stepping a little bit more away from Tom Ford? You know, these are just my opinions, okay? I'm not knocking the quality of their fragrances. You know, they smell amazing. They last forever. I just feel like, for me, I feel like I've been paying for more of a name than I have an actual fragrance. But I also don't want you guys to misinterpret the purpose of this video. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from buying Tom Ford. If Tom Ford is your thing, then freaking go for it, man. I'm 100% behind you. What I want you to do is realize that niche perfumery is not out of the realm of possibility for you when it comes to price. You have plenty of amazing options in niche perfumery that you can delve into, and it's going to really help your fragrance journey to blossom. You're going to experience some amazing scent profiles, man. You're going to be able to smell a level of quality that you can't get anywhere else, even in Tom Ford. I'm talking about this one in particular, man. It is just super, Naxos is just super rich and just teeming with scents that are just phenomenal. Like I'm losing my words because I can't describe this as to how good it is, man. All I'm saying is give niche perfumery a try. Even if you don't go to twistedlily.com and use my code of all this shameless plugging. If you don't use my code of Jesse10 on twistedlily.com, even that's fine, man. I would love for you to. I would love to develop a really good relationship and show these guys that they have a really good affiliate on their hands. But give niche perfumery a go. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, I hope this video has been informative for you. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I know there's been a lot of talking. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to follow my other social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe. We will see you next time.